Hi there, today I'm going to share with you a concept called touch points and how it can improve your marketing and your customer retention. Remember to subscribe to the channel. We make one of these videos once a week, sometimes more often, and every single one of them is designed to help you to build your business in some way, shape or form. So what do I mean by a touch point? Now, a touch point is quite simply summed up as any time you have any kind of contact with your customers or potential customers. Now, your marketing and reach to potential customers is all about touch points, whether that's through email, advertising, social media, going to networking events, attending seminars, putting on events, etc., going to trade shows, however it is that you go out and reach your potential customers. Every time you talk to a potential customer or a customer is a touch point. But there's a little bit more to it than that, and there's a lot more nuances which you can really begin to take advantage of. Now, if you've been in business a while and you know that all customers go through a lead generation, nurture, sale, conversion process, then every single time you push people down what they call the traditional sales funnel, every time you have a contact with one of these potential customers, it's called a touch point. And oftentimes that's on social media, sometimes it's on the phone, sometimes it's via email, etc. It could even mean a face-to-face visit, but it's a touch point. Now, interestingly enough, you may have heard that customers can often need as many as 10 touch points, or seeing your branding or seeing your sales follow-ups as many as 10 times, that's 10 times, before they get to making a proper buying decision. Which means that you need to get really good at touch points. And what I recommend is that you mix it up. Email, phone call, social media, even just stopping by, etc. The reason is because the more you're in their space, the more what you're doing will resonate with them in their mind. And the more you resonate with them in their mind, the more favorable they're likely to look upon you, and the more likely it is that they're going to buy from you. But most people get that. But here's what a lot of people don't seem to understand, is that it needs to go on beyond just making the sale. And this is where many businesses, and I would say probably 80% plus of small businesses particularly, really start to go wrong. Simply because they neglect the customer when they've made the sale. It's almost like, we've got them on board now, we don't need to try, we don't need to make the effort. We can just move on to the next new customer or a series of new customers. And that's completely and totally wrong. Because you need those touch points. People like to feel like they've been included during the sales process, but also being included during the relationship with you as a customer. And touch points is the fundamental part of it. Now, touch points can be simply as same as I do, sending out an email to your list once a week. It's a touch point. It can also be tagging somebody or having conversation with somebody, or engaging with somebody's post on a social media. It could also mean, monthly meetings or follow-up phone calls, etc. It could also be an onboarding system, and I'm going to cover onboarding in another video because it is a big topic. Are you doing as much as you possibly can to make new customers feel welcome? And if not, why not? And onboarding even goes so far as signage. When a customer, if you've got premises, when they come to your premises, can they easily find where to go? Are there welcome messages? Is your reception nice and bright, easy to find? Are your receptionists personable, chatty? Do they smile? And it seems crazy, but this is all part of the customer journey, the customer relationship. You might not think that you're a receptionist, and whether she smiles or not is a big deal, but I promise you it is. Because when somebody visits your premises, they want to feel warmed and welcomed. They don't want to see cold, stony, professional faces. They want to see someone who's actually smiling, looks happy to see them. Then when they get to your car park, for example, if it's a big car park, they need to know where reception is, need to know where to go. Now, this was a big deal in Britain, and I would imagine it's fairly universal, where sometimes you go to venues for events, and you put your car in the car park, and then you're staring around thinking, where do I go now? Where's the reception? There's no signposting. I know where I've parked. There's a nice big sign over here. But what do I do? Where do I go? So, and that's another touch point. Can you put signposting up in your car park to point people to where they need to go to reception, unless it's blatantly obvious? And it's just lots and lots of things like that. And you know, how you talk to people, how often you talk to people. Touch points are a big deal, because ultimately being in business, especially when you sell B2B, business to business, it's all about the relationship. It's all about communication. It's all about making people feel welcome, making people feel included, making people feel wanted, making people feel that they are liked. And touch points is a big, big deal. Literally, I could do a whole seminar on touch points alone, because there's so many different ways of doing it well and so many good examples, even now, of people doing it badly. But anyway, I hope that's sparked a few thoughts in your mind. At the very least, you should have a client onboarding system. When somebody signs up to the Auckland Marketing Club, there is an onboarding process which has been set up to make people feel included. Partially automated, part not. But it's an onboarding process, because I want people to feel when they become a client that they're welcomed, that we're grateful that they've become a client. We're grateful that they've joined the club. Thank you for being a member. So work on this. It's a big, big deal. It will improve your marketing. It will improve your customer retention as well. It isn't difficult, but it does take a bit of thought. So go and do it. Remember to like, share, subscribe if you're watching it on YouTube. Remember to write a comment below. If you've got any questions, please just ask. It'd be great to hear from you, and we always respond. But that's enough from me. Thanks very much for watching, and bye.